Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenarios in the LWC. In the previous video, we discussed about to the how we are going to implemented by the model pop-up and how we are going to pass the data dynamically from the component to the model pop-up component. And now let's come to the in this video we have to discuss about to the we have to display the data. So once we click onto this, we have to display by the line items. So how we are going to display by the line items? So before that we have to create the some line items for these records. So I'm open to the one of the record. Here I'm taking by the here line item 1. So here I'm taking by the product name. Quantity is the 3. Discount is the 2. So click on save and new. One more product also I'm adding to the here. So del. So here quantity 2. Discount is the 3. Save. Now again back to the here customer. So in this customer we have the one more sales order, right? This is also we have to created by the record for the line item records. Come to the here. So we have to take it by the some other also we have to the details. So come to the here we have to search it what are the products is available, sales products. So we have the other products also we have to see what are the information is available. We have the HP and MacBook also available. So if you click onto the here, we have the in detail. So what is the brand and what is the price of the HP? And back to the here, you have the MacBook Air also here. See here, what is the MacBook Air and what is the price? Okay, now come to the here, we have to select by the HP and MacBook for this. So here we have to search with the HP. So here quantity to discount to and MacBook. So quantity is the 3, discount is the 2% save. See here, these are all the line items for the sales order. This is the sales order information we have purchased by the total quantity. Total items is the 2, right? Items nothing but the HP and MacBook is the 2 items. And how much quantity? Total is the 5. And the total amount is this is 1. Okay, sum of this total amount. In this we have the amount each order wise. Why? Because means here it is the quantity is the 2. After discount price is the this one and quantity is the 2, right? So after that we have the total amount is the this one. So this is the background database. Now here we have to see the selection of this. We have to display by the line items information. So if you go to this particular sales order, we have the 2 line items. These 2 line items information we need to display by the in the pop-up. So how we are going to display that is first we have to query, right, line items also. So no need to take by the separate query. Already we have the sales order query, right? So this is the sales order query. In this, we have to query the child data also. How we are going to query the child data? We have to the in the Salesforce parent to child query relationship. We have to query the child data as well. So here select ID, comma, which fields we want. We can query that fields. So come to the developer console. We are open to that is the object sales order line items. So open this. So we have to the name is no need to required, just we have to the product name, quantity, discount, discount price and total amount. These are all the fields information we have the required. So here query. So this query we have to write by the inner query. Okay. So from this, select keyword, we can remove double time is pasted, right? So here, this is the query. And come to the here, we have the relationship query. We can give it by the comma here. So now here we have the instead of the CR, we need to give it right. We need to get it by the child data. So this query is returned to the parent and child information. Parent and child information. Okay. So no need to take the separate query. We can reduce the number of queries purpose. We are writing to the here parent and child query. Now we have to deploy this. So now come to the in the pop-up, we have to display by the sales order information now. So that's why I'm taking by the another API sales orders light items data. This is the our property name. In this property, we have to store by the line items data. So how we are going to pass the data already we know in the header we have the pass it, right? Same like here we have to pass it to the here. So already we have the query to the details now in this details. So row dot. So what is the here field name? So here save it and we can come to the this is the right API name list name. This is the here list name. We can give it to the here. Okay, so save. And we have to deploy this as well. So this is the we have defined to the in this in pop-up HTML or in the pop-up we have to define the JS. Now let's see how we are going to display the data with the data table, right? So here we have to define the columns. So constant columns equals to, so we have the first column is the label. In this label we have to display by the product name. So here we have to give it by the field API name. So here this is the field API name is the product name. This is the field API name. And comma. So we have to copy paste for the same scenario, right? So next thing is the we have to display by the after product price. What is the price? So here price we can give it by the type currency. So why we are going to type currency? Nothing but the here you have to observe. Na, I think here zero values, but here showing the rupees symbol. So that's why here we are given to the currency. It is automatically converted by the local currency format. It is showing. Okay. So that's why here type equals to type we are given to the currency. And next is the here. After this one, we have to the next is the discount. How much discount is given? So that's why here come to the discount. And come to the one more thing. We have to add it by the one more column. So after the discount, we have to display by the discount price. How much is the discount price? So discount price. So here. So this is also be the amount, right? That's why here we are going to give it by the type equals to, so type currency. Okay, and next is the, we have to give it to the after discount price, we have to the quantity. Quantity. And the final one is the total amount for this particular product, total amount. So APA name of the total amount is this one. Okay, so now here we have to take it by the columns equals to columns. So already we know how we are going to display the data into the data table, right? So come to the HTML. Oh, not for this, right? Okay. In the pop-up, already we have defined this one in the pop-up. Now here in this HTML, instead of the content, we have to display by our data table. So how we are going to display by the data table? So here lightning data table. So in this we have the key field equals to ID and data equals to, so our data is stored into the one property, right? This is the sales order line items data, and we have to the columns equals to the columns. So we know not to display the checkbox as well, right? Hide checkbox is this one. So now we have to close it by the data table. So save. Now we are going to deploy to this. So successfully deployed. Now come to the here. We have to refresh the page. So here enter by the phone number. Click on submit. Click on view order details. Here appear by the sales order details. Once we click on to the here, headers is populated, but data is not populated. We have to see the why it is not populated by the data. I think so. Relationship name might be wrong. So come to the here sales order line items. We have to see by the relationship name. Come to the edit object. So I think already you are aware of how we are going to identify the relationship name. So here this is the order number. In this we have to identify the relationship name. So same, I think we are giving the same, but we have to check it. Items. Okay, come to the query. Line items underscore underscore. So we have the deployed, and before that we can check it by the one alert method here. We are getting the same data or not. So instead of this, we can take it by the row dot length. We can see how many records is returning to this one. Okay. So now we have to deploy this. Come to the here. I think we are giving the format and everything is correct. Okay. Yeah. So come to the preview. We have to refresh by the page once. So submit, click on view orders, click on number. Now we are getting an error. So here So on click row, it is not firing actually. So we click on OK. One more time, we have to click on this. So let's see what is the problem. So come to the here. I think we might be got an error in this. So instead of this, we can give it to the. So first we have to check it in JSON format, how we are getting the actual data. So here we are removing this JSON dot stringify. So always row data also written by the object comma object. That's why here we are taking by the row here. So we can see what is written by the exactly first this. So here now come to the here we have to refresh by the page. So enter by the phone number, click on submit, click on this view sales orders, click on to the particular sales order number. So now error is gone, but there is no data displayed. Right click on to this, click on inspect elements. Now actually here we have the retrieve the data, but not populated by the here sales order line items data is up here, right? So what is the problem here? So it is the retrieving, but here not retrieving. Sales order line items. Okay, got it. So here it is written by the small r. So actually here we are giving by the capital R, na, that's why the problem. So here we can give it by the small r. Save this and we have to deploy. Already we know, right? So it is the case sensitive for the JavaScript. So instead of the capital R, we can give it by the small r. Let's see result will getting or not. Refresh the page. So here we are given by the phone number and we click on to the view sales orders and click on to the particular sales order number. Yeah, now we got it by the data here. So here displayed by the product name, price, discount price, quantity and total amount. So product name we have displayed by the actually record ID. So we can discuss how we are going to display by the product name. But apart from that, here you have to observe we are able to display by the data. So if you go and click on to the next sales order number. So here product names we are not displayed if you are displayed by the HP and MacBook, right? And the details are the different product details information. So like this, we have to the without querying the another query in the parent-child query relationship, right? Already we have. So based on that, we have to get the data. That data we are passing to the here sales order line items data directly. Then we have to display by the in the table. So last scenario is the in this total use case. So how we are going to displayed by the parent information. In this query, actually, we have written to the product name, but it is written to the product ID. In the LWC directly not showing by the product name. So here we have to write the child to parent query here like this. But this is also not able to display by the directly standard data table, lightning data table not displayed by the product name. So how we are going to display by the product name here means that is the child to parent data, how we are going to display. So here Come to the where we have the mapping the data here, right? Here we are mapping the data. Before mapping the data here, we have to take it. So this should, or we can take it by the, any one of the variable constant sales order line items data equals to where we have our data. This is the right. Our data is the, this is one dot map. This is the standard syntax. We are using by the standard syntax row. Sorry guys, this is the row. And here we have to give it by the return. These are all the standard syntax only up to this is only given by the list of the data only. So return. So dot row comma. So here we can give it by the any naming, but here what we are giving same name we have to give it by the, in the columns also. So must and should keep it to the here what you are given by the name here same name you have to give it by the in the columns also. I will show you how where you should we give it by the here. I'm giving by the product name here. So this one row dot what is the API name of the product API name we have taken to the here. This is right. Parent to child to parent query. We are calling the parent to name. So now come to the here. We can give it by this one. Not for this one. Copy to this API name. Give it to the here. So actually standard Salesforce data table doesn't read by the child to parent data. So instead of that, we are writing like this. So here we can give it by the row dot. What we have defined here now row, this row. Okay, this row dot, or if you confuse by the both rows, here you can give it by the um, row one. This is the row one. This is also be the row one. Okay. So in this row one data here, we have to map it to the child to parent data to this particular field. Now this is we have now copy this and come to the model pop-up code. So here we are giving the field API name instead of the actual field API name. This is you have to give it by the here. What you are defined by the here name, same name you have to give it by the field API name. Both will be the must be the same, then only able to display the data. Then only the able to display the data. So initially I am deploying to this one. And in this also we have changed by the field API name. Now both I am deploying to the both components. Now come to the here. Refresh the page. So enter by the phone number. Click on submit. Click on view orders. Click on this. I think it's not populated data. So we can check it. I think so here we are given by the product name. Okay, sorry. Here we are not mapping to this one. Na? So here after the changing the data, we are mapping to this, right? So save in this constant variable, right? We are storing our data. So here we have to give it by this. So now we deploy to the again. So now come to the here. So give it by the phone number. Click on submit. Click on view orders. Click on to the number. See here. Now it is able to display by the product names. If you go to the different thing, HP and MacBooks. So like this, we have to display it by the list of the data. So initially what we have did, we have to display the sales order light items data. We are passing to the one component to the another component, that is called the parent component to the model pop-up component, and we have to display it by the with the data table. And after that, we have to display it by the product name. That is, the product name is the parent to data we need to capture. By default, it's displayed by the record IDs in the data table. So how we are going to achieve this? This is the standard syntax what is given by our result to list data map. We can give it by the any naming here, that naming, and which fields information you have to give it by the here, that name. You can give it by the any naming is fine, but same name you can must and should give to the in the field API name as well. Both will be the same, then able to display by the parent data as well. Okay, I hope to it's clear how we are implemented by this one also. And finally, we have to see the flow end to end what we have implemented up to now. So first use case is the if you are not entered by the phone number or email, it throws an error. So we have to display an error message is the please enter the either a phone number or email. This is the first use case and acceptance criteria. So if we are entered by the something phone number, but system not return the any result. So once we click on the submit button, it's throwing the some information. No records found with this phone number or email address. This is the second acceptance criteria. So if we are coming to the next acceptance criteria is the here. So if you are entered by the valid phone number, we have to display it by the customer details along with to the one button. So view sales order button, customer details we have to display and we are aligned to the here the details as well. Once we click on to the view sales order details, already we have the detail records for this. That's why here displayed by the sales order details. If we don't have the any sales order details, it displayed by the there is no records found. That is the another information will be the displayed. And finally here if you click on to this particular sales order number, we have to display by the sales order line items records. So here with the product name, price, discount price, quantity and total amount. So this is the end-to-end use case or user story we have the implemented. So I hope to you have learned the lot of scenarios and a lot of stuff also, how we are going to utilize to the components, communicating to one component, another component, decorators, and also we have the learned about to the model pop-up, how we are going to display, and we have to display it by the link type or so on clickable to the one column, and also we have to display the child to parent data, how we are going to display. I hope to it's clear up to now what we have discussed to the all the videos. Stay tuned for the more videos. Thank you.